Welcome to another episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today, here's Anthony Raimondi. What's up, man?
Not too much, cousin. What are you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, same old, same old. I can't complain. I gotta
What's going
try.
on, man?
Please. The fucking people are fucking idiots as idiots are. Let me tell you. You know,
Yeah.
people are stupid as stupid can fucking be.
Some of them really are, man. But,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Oh, there goes my phone sliding down here. Anyway, I know people want to hear stories, which I will get into that, but there's something I gotta talk to them about. Hey, ever since I got all my podcasts and everything and my broadcasts and everything on Vlad TV, you've been hearing a lot of bullshit about, oh, this ain't true, that ain't true. Meanwhile, we had paperwork of crime that I was arrested. We had paperwork that I was on a conspiracy to quote unquote allegedly put a hit on the stool pigeon, my military record, and all this other shit. Well, all of a sudden, I hear it was today is Saturday. I think it was yesterday. It was Thursday. I think it was Thursday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Thursday. I get a text on my phone with two pictures of a building. I said, who's fucking, so I write back, whose fucking building is this? It didn't dawn on me when I first looked at it, it was my building. Then when I looked at it good, somebody took a picture of my bedroom window and then they did a close up of my kitchen window. Now I'm up high in the building. And the one that they did the close up on the kitchen window, it looks like they might have used like a zoom lens on the camera.
yeah.
So now I got a number with it, and I called the number, and the number that comes on the phone, it says the person you're trying to, or the person you're trying to reach, has not set up their voicemail yet. I did it 3 times. Then I tried it again, and when I tried it again, it sounded like somebody shut the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody like clicked the phone off. So I said, all right, I'm not, I'm not even gonna fuck with this. So anyway, I'm driving. I had to go somewhere, and it's about maybe 12:30. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. When I got a text, I got one text that said, "Anthony, are you ready to apologize?" So I went, "Now who the fuck is this?" And I said, "Apologize for what?" Now somebody got my picture of my bedroom window. You remember my kitchen window.
Yeah.
So now I'm fucking getting fuming. So now they write back of everything you said about Vietnam and Cambodia and about your tattoos. Are you ready to get your tattoos removed? I said, no, I'm not. Anyway, I get a call, and a guy calls me on the phone. A guy actually answers the phone and calls and says, "Is this Anthony?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "This is Vincenzo." How you doing? And he's asking me questions about me being in the service. Then if I call, well, what? So who the fuck are you? Well, I'm with the group Guardians of the Green Beret. Now follow me. We go after guys that aren't true, that they don't have the records, and blah blah blah, and all this other stuff. Okay, and you're lying, you're stolen valor, you're this, you're that. No, I'm not stolen valor. I never took none. But anyway, we want an apology. You got to take it down. We're gonna come after you. And I said, you know what? Do what you want. Then he's talking shit, and he's saying how he's gonna come after me. He's gonna come after my family, and he's saying he's one Vincenzo. Now he's saying his name is. And I'm looking at the phone on my phone. I'm looking at the telephone number that's on my phone. Now in my car, my phone connects to my car, so I could talk hands free. I see the same number. Hey, wait a minute. I said, "You're the fucking guy that took the pictures of my window?" No, I didn't do that. I said, "Yes, you are." I said, "Because the number that's on my phone and the number that I'm talking to from my feet on my thing is the same thing." Well, you can take pictures from outside. It's perfectly legal. I said, "No, it ain't. Not when you're taking pictures of my windows and you zoom in. That's not legal." Well, this asshole thought he knew it was. Well, I'm telling you, you're telling me. Went back and forth. I said, "Listen," I said, "I ain't saying no more. That's the end of it." Well, we're coming after you. I said, "Then come." I said, "Betty, I tell you what. why don't you meet me in any restaurant or in Brooklyn or any diner? He wouldn't come. I said, then meet me in L&B Pizzeria. Oh, I'll meet you there in a month. I'll be up there. Talk, big shot talking. Meanwhile, they want me to apologize, say things I didn't say, which is say that everything I did wasn't true. They want to threaten my family. They're coming after my family. They take pictures of my windows, my bedroom window and my kitchen window. That's crossing the fucking line.
Yeah, it is.
This guy kept saying he belongs to this group called the Guardians of the Green Beret. Staxx, I sent you that thing for the. Did you see it?
Yeah.
All right. You see how it's a characterization? It's like a mechanical guy talking about
Yeah.
people that weren't into service. You seen it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then they're over there. They want money from me to make it go away. Another guy, I'm talking about, give us half of what you make on the book and we'll make this go away. Motherfucker, you ain't shaking me down. Now I call my lawyer, and my lawyer says, we're going to report this. Okay, fine. And she says, this group is a group that's an internet group. That's okay. Now, if this guy, Vincenzo, as he calls himself, is with them, I will go after that whole group, and I'll have that whole group fucking taken apart because they use a terroristic tactic. You're threatening my family. You're threatening to follow us. You're threatening to do more pictures of the house if I don't give you what you want. But if I give you money, then you'll forget about everything and let it go away. P.S.
Yeah. They're shaking you
Friday,
down. They're trying to
yesterday,
shake you down, man.
Yeah, Friday, my lawyer makes the report. Okay? And I showed them how to go to the police station because you're threatening my family now. I showed them the pictures of the building, the telephone number that the guy has on there, and everything. Meanwhile, this guy calls me 6 or 7 times yesterday, telling me, "Oh, we got off on the wrong foot the day before. We want a written apology from you about 2 paragraphs, apologizing, and you'll never do this again." I said, "I ain't doing nothing." I said, "I know what I did." "Oh, I don't want to hear it. We're going to bring charges on you for stolen valor." Do what the fuck you want to do, because when you're with this, what you did is totally illegal. What you did was totally illegal, and you're still calling. Now they're coming after you. All right. And then this group, I'm going to get in touch with this group, and I'm going to tell them, listen here, this is what's going on. If this guy represents you, you're going to have a major lawsuit in court because now you're terrorizing my family. What are you? Are you American veterans or are you fucking terrorists? And that's the way I'm going to put it to them. And I don't give a fuck. But now this guy's claiming to be them. Then he calls me and tells me, I'm the mayor of the Guardians of the Green Beret, and he's the mayor of Coney Island. He's the mayor of Brooklyn. Meanwhile, he tells me he knows all these people in Coney Island, and he's giving me their names. And I went down and I seen him. I know all these people. And they all told me, Anthony, we don't know who this guy Vincenzo is. When he called me up yesterday, he said, this is Vinny. They said, we don't know who it is that's saying this about you. Said, there's like 100 Vinnies down here. But there's nobody that we've ever talked bad about to you or anything, because I know everybody down there. So now, this guy wants to push it, I'm going to push it, but I'm going to tell you, and if he's listening, you give him a message. I catch this motherfucker near my fucking house, near my kids, I'm going to fucking drop him. He comes near my girl, I'm going to fucking drop him. I'll fucking leave him there. Then I'll call the cops to come and pick up what's left of him. You think you're a fucking tough guy doing that? You think you're a fucking terrorist, cocksucker? I've had tougher people and bigger people than you fuck with me. Remember that. I don't run from nobody. I don't run from nobody. You're a punk and you're another fucking coward. You have to try to terrorize my family and terrorize me, you think you're going to do? And then you're saying your group wants money from me to let this go away?
Trying to shake you
Fuck
down,
out of
man.
here. That's bullshit. Now, let me tell you something. Everybody did all this bullshit about we checked the records. We can't find nothing on you. They can't find nothing. Meanwhile, they're saying they couldn't find nothing on my arrest records. Meanwhile, there's the article on my arrest record when I got arrested, what I got arrested for, and the conspiracy about killing the school pigeon. Then they're saying, oh, well, we don't know what he did time for. Then one guy is saying, oh, he appealed his case and he won. That's how he got out. No, I did not win that case. I did appeal it. And I didn't win the appeal. And the guy, Rufo Gonzalez, that I was telling you the story about, which I can tell you the story, he's the fucking one that got me out of prison. So these people that are talking about me, they're not telling you the whole story. Now, They turn around and they say, I got to put my reading glasses on for this. Excuse me, everybody. They turn around, they say they did all this fucking paperwork and everything, right? Now, so a couple of friends of mine said, Anthony, you got to go on this site over here. Now, here it has free military records, search, names, dates, and locations, right? Now, as you scroll down, Staxx, like I said, it says, people also ask, where are military records? Where can I, hold on, where can I, I scrolled up too far. All right, where can I get a copy of my military records? And there is a line on here. Oh, fuck, wait, I got it. Who can, all right, here. Who are the only people who can request your military records? Now I'm going to read it to you. And Staxx are going to send this to you. If the service member is still alive, he or she is the only person who can request the complete service records, unless the veteran has given written permission to another individual or the records are needed as part of a court order. If the veteran is deceased, the full military service records may be requested by next of kin. Okay? They didn't see that, did they, these fucking fools? Because they say they can't find nothing on me. Well, how come they so-called found all this other stuff? Why didn't they find it? Right? Why did they find this? You know why? Because they want to make me look bad. They want to say all this other bullshit about me. That's why. There's some other names also that's involved, but I'm not going to say nothing right now. Because if they keep writing bad shit about me, I'm going to give you their fucking names, and I'm going to give you everything on them also, including who's a stool pigeon and who's not, and who was, that I found out also. Because I do have friends all over. But what I just read to you is on the internet under the military service records. Replaced, lost, or stolen records. It's under there. So that's no problem. Man. But you get the top sentence. And I'm going to read the top sentence again. If the service member is still alive, he or she is the only person. You get this, you fucking assholes? The only person who can request a complete service record. So, Staxx, I'm going to send this to you so you can read it. So, all these people, you know what it is? They're fucking jealous because I'm on Vlad TV, and I think my last interview went up today. I did Jordan Harbinger, I did Frank Morano, Alice Stockton Rosini. I've done interviews all over the world, and everybody that's interviewed me checked me out from top to bottom because they weren't going to risk their fucking names, and everything turned out. So these boobs can't find the military records. But these other people that I gave them permission because I signed the papers, they got everything. So now they want to make me look bad to make themselves look good, which they're full of shit. All right, basically, that's what it's down to.
Were you in prison in '87 in Danbury?
What?
Did you go to Danbury prison in '87?
Yes, I was in Danbury. Yeah. What happened when I got released? I got to make you laugh. When I was away, when I got sentenced, all right, let me put my glasses back on. When I got sentenced, the judge sentenced me to he sentenced me to go to Lewisburg on my second case. Because these jerk-offs will tell you it was my first case when I was 16. No, my second case, which was in the 70s. They sentenced me to go to Lewisburg. And what happened? Instead of them sending me to Lewisburg, they got the records mixed up. They sent me to Lexington, Kentucky, which is a federal medical facility. Because I had some weight problems. I was heavy, so they sent me. So somehow the fuck I wound up over there, I don't know. I get there, and who do I see? A friend of mine, Jerry Solano, I see there. I see Tony Castellano, I see there. I see my friend Punchy was there. And I looked, and I said, oh, what are you guys doing here? Now, this is when I went to R&D, receiving and discharge. This is, when did you get here? I said, just got in. I'm going to R&D. I said, they made a mistake by sending me here. I'm supposed to be in Lewisburg. Somehow, Lewisburg's in fucking Pennsylvania. I'm in fucking Kentucky. I don't know how the fuck I got there. They said, you're going to love it here. I said, wait till it. They said, Anthony, it's a federal medical facility. You're going to love this fucking place. It's okay. He says, I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It's a co-ed joint. I said, get the fuck out of here. I said, a co-ed joint. I never heard of a fucking co-ed prison in my life. Anyway, they put me in an Antaius unit where all my friends were, and I'm on the 3rd floor. So that day, so that night, because I got there late, my friend Jerry tells me, he goes, I'm coming to your room at 12 o'clock. He goes, make sure you're up. Now, I had a couple of other guys in the room with me. I had a guy, Albert Sells, in the room with me, and this guy, Max Parker. So I'm waiting up, and I'm saying, Jerry better not be fucking lying to me. I said, I'm fucking tired. All of a sudden, the door to my room, because over there, you didn't even have fucking cells. You had rooms with fucking doors. I said, this ain't a fucking prison. This is a fucking resort. Jerry comes walking in and goes, come on.
Talking about Jerry Lang?
No, Jerry Solano. No, Jerry Solano. No. Jerry Solano, this was a friend of mine. And he goes, come on. So I walk into the hall, and I see a guard there. He says, come on, come with us. And we're walking. I'm on the 3rd floor now, because the buildings are only that high. He opens up we come to a door at the end. They open up the door, and I look. It's like a long hallway, dark. They flip the light on. Like, goes, come on, let's go. So the guard goes, I'll be back in 2 hours. Okay, fine. Close the doors. Jerry, where the fuck are we going? Let's relax. We walk all the way at the end of the transom. It was about maybe 200 feet we walk, maybe 200 feet, a little more here or there. He's banging on the door. A woman guard opens the door. Oh, shit. We were in the women's unit. There was a fucking women's unit. It's connected with a transom. I said, what the fuck is going on? He goes, relax. He's got his girlfriend. He hooks me up. I was getting late that fucking night, my first night in the fucking prison. I said, you got to be fucking kidding me. I thought it was a fucking joke. So now, the next day, the guard comes back at 2 o'clock in the morning. We go back. I go to my room. Jerry goes out to his. The next day, I go outside. Finally, it's like there's a big area. They call it Central Park over there. Tables and chairs, grass growing. There's a fucking prison. And then when you come out of your unit, it's all brickwork. Then you walk with an overhang that comes over. I says, wow. I said, what the fuck are you? They said, don't worry about it. I said, this is the prison. I said, what the? He goes, the Federal Medical Facility. He said, you got here by accident. I said, yeah, no fucking kidding. I want to stay here. This is fucking, well, I'd rather stay here than fucking Lewisburg, I'll tell you that. P.S. They have to give me a job. So they gave me, they give me a broom. And you know those little things that you see in the office, it's got the little bucket on, you sweep the dirt in?
Yeah.
They give me that. He said, this one strip over here, which is about maybe 400 feet or so, they said, that's your strip. Just go up and down like that once every hour, every 2 hours, make sure it's clean. I said, that's a job. So I did that, and then after that, I would go sit in Central Park with everybody else they were saying. Let me tell you. Then you go to the chow hall. The girls are with you in the chow hall also. Everybody's mixed. Everybody goes on the same sick call line. And at nighttime,
well, when you were in prison, you could be around the women in there?
In Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah, they mingled with you in Lexington, Kentucky. It was a co-ed prison. I'm telling you.
That's insane,
but it was a federal medical facility because everybody there had a problem. So at
night, they probably had some problems. The women in there.
Boy, did I make sure I had problems when I was there. Let me tell you, man. Then I go and I'm hanging out in Central Park that night with Jerry Solano and the rest of the guys. And all the girls come over, and everybody pairs off with a girl who's going behind the bushes, who went under the bench. They didn't say fucking shit. So now, this is going on for about, I'd say, Jesus Christ, it was about 4 or 5 months. I was fucking happy every day. One fucking day, I get the thing at 3 o'clock in the morning. They remind me to get up. I know what? They ship it out. Let me tell you something. I kept telling, you heard me through the echo place. No, I don't want to go. You know what the fuck? I grabbed onto the fucking bedpost and I almost dragged the bed out of the fucking room. I didn't want to leave this place.
What, they were transferring you?
Huh?
They were transferring you. Like, hell no.
No, I don't want to go. I'm screaming and yelling. Everybody's fucking laughing. And I'm like, no, this place is for me. I'm supposed to be here. And they're all, look at the joint you're in. They dragged me out of there fucking kicking and screaming. I'm surprised they didn't put a fucking straitjacket on me. This place, you had anything you wanted. The food you wanted, women, anything, liquor, we had every fucking thing. So what happens? They get me. I'll never forget this plane called Sierra Pacific. It was used by drug dealers, they said years ago, this plane. They put me on that, and we go to Lewisburg, and I go to Lewisburg. And I'm sitting on the fucking bus now to go up the road to Lewisburg, because once you get off at the airport, from the plane, they put you on the bus that takes you into the prison. Man, let me tell you, this fucking place looked like fucking Dracula's castle. I looked at this place and I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This place was cold, fucking damp. But I knew a bunch of guys over there. So now I'm over there in Lewisburg. Now I'm doing the time in Lewisburg. Now guys see, whatever the reason, they seen I was getting too close to some guys who were friends of mine. Like Bobby Sorensen was in there, Herbie Sperling, Ernie Boy was in there. A lot of guys were in there. So what happens? Again, 3 o'clock in the morning. Raymundi, get up. What the fuck? We're transferring you. They sent me to El Reno, Oklahoma. Now, you got to listen to this one. El Reno, Oklahoma, here's what the population is. One half of the population is American Indian. The other half is Mexican. And with me there, that made 10 white guys that were in the whole prison. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm saying, I got to get out of this fucking place. Send me back to Lewisburg. So you could see the Mexicans and the Indians, they had a little, say, hostility towards us. But there was only 10 of us, all right? So we used to see the wagon used to come in with these little peppers on it. We'd see the Mexicans take the peppers off, chop them up, and put them in their food. And the Indians did it too. So I asked them, I said, what's that? They said, those are the hottest peppers you could fucking get. They said, only the Mexicans and the Indians can eat them. So I says, being fucking out half fucking nuts, the next day when I see the peppers, everybody come walking in, I walk right up to the fucking branch with the peppers that they had on the pot. I ripped the pepper off, bit it right down to the stem, chewed it, swallowed it, turned around, looked at them. I took another one, bit it, chewed it, swallowed it, and I went like this with my finger. Nah, nothing. I started walking across the yard. Let me tell you something. I got halfway across the yard. I thought I was going to fucking die. These peppers kicked in. I was fucking, the sweat. And you thought about this was in November. The fucking sweat that came off me. You thought it was the middle of the summer in 120-degree weather. The fucking pain. So one of the guys, this guy Cody that I met there, he says, Anthony, you're turning white. I said, I got to get to the fucking medic. I think I'm going to fucking die. I go up and I go to the sick call. And the doctor says, what the fuck did you do? What do you want? I said, he goes, what are you fucking nuts? 2 of those power? You fucking crazy? He says, get him in right away. They started giving me this stuff to drink. It looked like it looked and tasted like fucking chalk. Then they're sticking needles in my arm, IVs and this. I had pain. Let me tell you something. I couldn't hold on. The shit was coming out of my ass and the piss was coming out of my dick nonstop. I mean, my body
probably burned a hole in your stomach, man.
All over the place. And I'm saying to myself, man, did I make a big fucking mistake with these peppers? The fucking doctor, he goes, are you fucking nuts? He goes, why'd you do that? I said, listen, the way they were looking at us, I told him, He goes, all right, listen. He goes, here's what happened. You were doing something in the room in your bunk. You were coming down the stairs. You tripped. You hit your head. I'm keeping you here for about a week, he says. You got to heal up your stomach. He goes, you're bleeding from your stomach. He goes, I wasn't bleeding, excuse me. He said, you could be bleeding from your stomach. So they would give me all this medicine. After a week, I felt better. They were pumping with this medicine. I mean, unbelievable. I came out of sick call. I had to walk across the compound to my cell house. You had Mexicans on one side, the Indians on the other. I'm walking across. I see them coming together in the middle of the yard. I said, I'm walking right in the middle of a fucking riot. These motherfuckers are going to fight. And they all stopped next to each other, and they're looking at me. And I said to myself, uh-oh. I said, I'm going to die. Definitely, I'm going to die. So I said, fuck, if I'm going, I got to take 1 or 2 with me. I kept on walking. They came over. One guy grabs me, calls me his brother. The other guy calls me his brother. I'm looking at them. Any man who could eat those peppers and survive like you are my brother. I said, you got to be. I said, okay. We had carte blanche in that fucking prison. All the guys that I knew, the other 9 white guys that I knew that were friends of mine, well, we made friends in there, really. They had carte blanche. They could do whatever they wanted in the prison. I mean, these guys, I earned a ton of respect from these guys. Meanwhile, they didn't know what the fuck I did. I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. That I almost died from this fucking shit. That they were actually bringing us food. In other words, I didn't even have to go to the mess hall, and I was getting the type of food they eat, the stuff that they would make fresh and cook it, steaks, chops, veal. I mean, chicken. You fucking name it. The rice with the red beans in it. Everything. I mean, it was unbelievable. Then what happens? Being I got so nice and I was cozy in there. Boom, Raimondi, up and you got, come on, man. After another 4 or 5 months, what the fuck? You kidding
That's
me?
what they do. That's what they do, man. They don't let you get comfortable.
Yeah.
They move you.
Back
They
on the
move you
fucking
before.
plane, and then they take me to Talladega, Alabama. I went to the prison in Talladega, Alabama. Now I'm in the fucking prison in Alabama. I'm saying, what the fuck am I doing here? P.S. I meet a couple of guys from New York. How you doing? You know, half them fucking hillbillies in Alabama. I mean, no disrespect or anything, but when they talk, I said, "Wow, what'd you say?" I couldn't understand them with the fucking accent. The accent was so fucking heavy, I couldn't understand them. So now I'm in there, and a couple of months go by, and then I hear Raymond. I said, "Oh, come on, man, where the fuck am I going now?" You're going to Danbury. Okay, I'm going to Danbury. Let's see. Now they had the plane was going out that day in the bus, and they're calling everybody's name, and they're putting everybody in the cells in the holding area. And I'm standing there, and they say, "You." They remember they pointed to a cell that I walk into. Okay, I walk in there. Nobody else in the fucking cell except there's one guy laying down with his back to me. You know, everybody else is on the other side. Now I'm in there. I said, "Who the fuck is this guy?" So I said, "What the fuck is going on now?" And I hear the guy go, "Pluto," because that was one of my nicknames. "You shut up, I'm trying to sleep." I says, "Pluto. Wow, who the fuck Pluto?" I said, "Wow, that voice is familiar." I said, "I know you." I said, "Because your voice is familiar." Turned around, it was my cousin Mac. I said, "Gee,
Oh, it
what
was
the
your
fuck?"
cousin?
Said, my cousin Mac. They were
Mm-hmm.
bringing him into MCC to stand trial on the commission case, another trial. I said, "Mac, what the fuck's going on?" He goes, "It's just me and you in here." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "This place is bugged." He goes, "They want to hear what we're going to talk about." So we talked about everything. We talked about broads. We talked about cigars. We talked about Mac was talking about getting blowed by every fucking girl he ever fucking met. But we didn't discuss no business or anything like that. How you like, blah, 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 you know, bullshit like that. They take us out and then they put us on the Sierra Pacific plane. And guess what? They put me and Mac next to each other handcuffed. So we look at each other and say, they fucking got this area bug we were sitting in. Didn't talk about shit. Now, the plane lands in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. I says, "Great." I says, "I'm going to go down to Danbury on the bus. You're going to go to MCC. Did we? No. They fucking get us and they stick us in the fucking holding area, which they call the hold down there. We were the only two they took off the plane. And I look, I said, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." We were there we were stuck in there about a month and a half. And Herbie Sperling was still there, and Booby was there. I remember I was with Booby's nephew a couple of days ago, and I got to give him a call tomorrow. And Ernie Boy was there again, but they were still there from when I first got there. All right?
Yeah.
And they're sending the cigarettes down, and we're getting food. And we're there like about a month and a half, and we had a cube, because they made cubes down there. But it was part of the whole. But they had so many guys in there that they didn't have those cells. But the doors were steel doors that locked. Now we're over there. Okay. Month and a half go by. 3:00 in the morning. Get up again. Motherfucker. I said, "Where the fuck am I going now?" "You're going to Danbury." I said, "I'll fucking believe you're going to Danbury." "I'll believe that when I fucking get there." They load me and my cousin on the bus. Sure enough, they take me to fucking Danbury. I said, "It's about motherfucking time." We're talking about now, this is going on over a year and a half. Fucking time. I'm going to fucking Danbury. Finally, I got to this fucking place. Now, my cousin, they get him into MCC because he had to stand the trial. So I walk in and I go to R&D and I look on I'm looking on the compound. I see Jerry Solano. I see Vinny Solano. I see Nunzi Provenzano. Punchy's over there. Johnny Eberle's over there. John Cody's over there. Johnny Albert's there. All these guys are over there. My friend Dominic Casarelli was there. All these guys are there. I said, what the fuck? They took them all out from all the prisons they were in, and they all stuck them in Danbury. Matter of fact, Tommy DeBreezy, who was the boss of the Gambinos in Connecticut, who was a dear friend of mine. He was there, and they all put us in either 5G or 7G. But they put us in where we all stood next to each other because they didn't have cells in those rooms. They have what they call cubes. All right, fine, they're cubes. Wanting to see what we would fucking talk about, you know? And I turned around, I looked on the compound, I said, no, this place ain't for me. And I said, there's too many stool pigeons in here. And what do? I see a stool pigeon who was on my case that we had the Vatican with the Vatican Staxx, Pete Martell. His real name is Petey Rayo. And he also went by the name of Petey Martz. I see him walking over to me. I wanted to fucking kill him. But I said, Andy, you touch him, they'll give you another 20 years on top of everything. They just brought him in here on purpose because they knew you were coming here. I said, listen, I got to get out of here. He said, what are you going to do? I said, I want to see the warden. The warden's name, I'm going to make you laugh, his name was Dennis Luther. This guy was the son-in-law to Norman Carlson, who was the head of the Bureau of Prisons. I said, I'd like to see the warden. He goes, okay. They take me to see the warden. And the warden says, oh, and the guy, the AW I saw first was Fred Stock. He was the AW in Lexington, Kentucky. When he seen me, he goes, Monday. I said, oh, Mr. Stock, what's doing? Warden Stock, good. How you been? And they transferred him there. He said, what's the matter? I said, I want to go see the warden. I said, I got to talk to him. He goes, they're private. I got no problem at all. So he brings me in to see the warden. He says, what can I do for you? I says, can you send me back to Lewisburg? He looks at me. He goes, do you have a problem here? I says, no. He goes, well, then why do you want to go back there? I said, there's too many stool pigeons on the compound. I says, and the guy who was on one of my cases years ago who ran it on me, he's over here also. He says, I can't send you back. He goes, they won't give me permission to send you back. That's okay. That's all right. So now I got to stay there. So I see a friend of mine who was there, Joe Sherman. He was a union delegate. He goes, come on, Anthony, I'm going to get you a job with me in the laundromat. I said, what the fuck do I know about doing laundry? He goes, you got to get the bags. We throw the net bags in the washing machine. They wash. We take them out, throw them in the dryer. I said, okay, people pick them up in the prison. It was an easy job. You throw them in, you set the machine, then you walk around the laundromat all fucking day. I'm there 2 days, and I'm talking with him, and I'm smoking a cigar, and I see
folding laundry.
Huh?
Smoking a cigar, folding laundry.
Smoking a cigar. No, I wasn't folding. No, these were net bags. They called it. It was a bag you threw all your laundry, your clothes in. It tied up, it closed up, and they threw them in the washing machine. It was called a net bag.
Yeah, it's like it's got a string on it. And
and then they take it out. You take it out of the washing machine. You throw them in the dryer. 90% of the time, half your fucking clothes are wet.
Some places they just leave the whole bag like that. They just throw it in the dryer.
Yeah,
they just throw it in the washer and the dryer.
Right. You do the whole bag in the dryer. So now, this is like my second day there, and I'm sitting down with Joe. We're talking. I'm smoking a cigar. He's smoking a cigarette. I see a black girl comes walking past me topless. I thought I was fucking seeing things. I says, what the fuck? He said, what's the matter? Topless with a pair of hot pants on. I says, Joe, I thought I saw a black girl walk past me. She was fucking topless. He goes, how could you tell? I said, she had tits bigger than your fucking head. I said, no, are you kidding me? So I'm talking with her. What do I see? The girl comes walking this way again. He says, Joe, look, over there she is. I said, what the fuck's going on? He goes, that's a guy. You had about 50 transsexuals that were going through the operation that went, and these motherfuckers were working in. This one here was working in the laundry. I said, oh, I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. I said, this place is not for fucking me. Like we said, if the walls ever fucking came down, and 90% of the population over there would go and run and tell on the guys who were trying to break out. I had to get the fuck out of there. So I went to the parole board once. They said, there ain't no fucking way in hell you're getting out of here. That's okay. So I meet a kid. Well, it wasn't a kid. He was in his 30s or so. Guy's name is Rufo Gonzalez. And he was doing a lot. He's Filipino. And he had a lot of connections with Imelda Marcos and her husband, Ferdinand Marcos.
Mm-hmm.
And me and this kid got along. You know what I'm saying? I took a liking to the kid. He's a good guy. We got along. He said, "What's the matter, Anthony?" And it's fucking parole board. They keep fucking they're turning me down. They said, "I'll never get out of here. I'll do out the whole sentence on the 8 years and this and that." He goes, "Listen." He goes, "Can I talk to you?" I said, "Yeah, of course you can talk to you. Come on." Because I can get you out. I said, "You can get me out of here." I said, "What are you going to do? Break me out or something?" He said, "No. I can get you out. I can represent you at the parole board and I'll get you out." Because he was a paralegal in the prison because he was working in the law library.
How long were
I
you in
said,
prison at this point?
"What?"
How long were you in prison at this point?
I went in 83, 84, 85. Just about 2 years. I was in just about 2 years. Let me tell you right. Yeah, I was in 2 years because it was in November of 83. It was November of 85. Now he said I can get you out and I can get you paroled and everything. I said, "Well, the parole board's meeting again in January." Now you got to remember, I saw the parole board 6 months prior. So now my 6 months would end in January. That I can go back to the parole board. He says, "Don't worry about it." He goes, "But here's what I want." I said, "What do you want, Rufo?" I said, "What's it going to cost me?" He says, "For $10,000, I'll get you out." I said, "All right, so what am I going to do? I'm going to give you the $10,000. And then what's going to happen? You're going to get transferred to another prison and I lose the $10,000 and I don't get my parole." He said, "No, no." He goes, "I'll work with you. Once you get paroled and you're out," he goes, "you send the money to my wife." Because he was getting out in May of 86. He was getting out in May of 86. That's okay. I went to the parole board in January 86. So I was making, well, before I was making arrangements with him. You know, we were going over my cases and everything. And I went before the parole board. And we used to call them hook and slaughter, we used to call them, because these motherfuckers didn't give nobody anything. I get in there, and I'm talking to the parole board, and he comes in. I said, "This is my representative." And he pleads my case to them. Now they turn around after about 20 minutes of him pleading the case, and they never take that fucking long. But with this kid, they did. They all asked me, "Well, could you please step out of the room?" So I step out of the room, and I said, "Come on, Rufo." They said, "No, no, no, Mr. Gonzalez, we want to talk to you." I said, "Okay." I step out. I was outside about maybe 4 or 5 minutes. They open the door. They says, "Come in." I came in. They says, "We're paroling you. Your release date is July." I forgot it was July something. They released me in 86. July. I don't remember. I know it was after 4th of July. That I remember. It was after the 4th of July. It could have been the middle or near the end of July. I looked at them. I says, "What?" They says, "You got parole, but your parole date is scheduled for July because I had to do a certain amount of time." It's okay. I said, "Really?" They said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, fine." Rufo got out in May. I was still in. I got out in July, my first day out, and they put me in a halfway house. I had to go to I had to do. I was in a halfway house from the middle of July till Christmas. I got out day before Christmas. I don't know why the fuck they put me in the fucking halfway house, but they put me in the halfway house. When I got out in July, I went home. I had Rufo's address because I had sent it to my family. Got a fucking check, made it out for 10 grand, put it, mailed it to him. He got it, cashed it, sent the thank you back, and we used to keep in touch for a lot of years. We kept in touch with each other. He's back in the Philippines now. I hear from
He's
him
still
like maybe
alive?
once a year. Yeah, he's still
He's still
alive. He's
around,
in the
yeah.
Philippines again. Yeah, he's back in the Philippines again. He's very big down in the Philippines. Rufo Gonzalez. And the guy was good. I don't know what he said to the parole board. I don't know what the parole board said to him. But let me tell you, fucking guy got me out. Hey,
That's
everybody
crazy,
says,
man.
"Oh, you're fucking crazy paying $10,000. Fuck you, 10 grand to get out of prison? Are you out of your fucking mind? There ain't nothing wrong
I
with
would have
that.
paid it too.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. So what? You paid 10 grand to get out. Legally, you got out legitimately. All right, you made parole. The guy had connections or whatever. And that was it. But my parole officer, man, he fucking hated me, this guy. He
A
used
lot
to
of
come
people
and
are
check on me at the
people are,
job site.
people are saying, light your damn cigar, Anthony.
I'm in the house. I listen. Let me tell you about cigar for a minute. With Vlad, I didn't light him because they don't allow you to smoke in the studio. And in my house, I don't smoke cigars in my house. But this is a very habit I got. And when I'm done with the interview, I always go out and smoke a cigar.
Yeah.
Now, this guy, the parole officer I had, his name was Victor Zacchio. He originally was one of the arresting FBI agents that arrested me. And then by the time I came out, he decided to become a parole officer. And he had all of us. Every fucking one of us that was friends, he had, as it's like they made a roundup and gave it to him. So what happened? I had a piece of a car service on Avenue H in Brooklyn called 3 R's Car Service. Me and my cousin Philly and Michael Rader. So I had a piece of the joint. So I used to go there every day. I didn't fucking work. I just went there. I was getting an envelope from the fucking place. So I would go there, and he would come at least 3-4 times a week. I'd be sitting behind the desk with Mike. I said, yeah, I'm working. Well, how are you working? You're sitting behind the desk. I said, I'm dispatching. I'm a dispatcher. That's why I'm behind the desk. This guy looked to violate me. Like that, he would have violated me, this guy. So this went on for a while until finally I got off the fucking parole. No, I'm sorry. I didn't get off parole. No, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I didn't get off the parole because I had those extra years that Judge Nickerson gave me. It was about 1980, let me think, 88. 1988. I says, you know what? I says, I got to get out of the car service. This guy's coming up and it's fucking everything up. So what happened? I had a friend of mine, Sal Beldeo. They called him Tato. He goes, why don't you go see Florence and she'll do something for you? He says, Maya's cousin. She's up in, she was in Kings Point in Long Island. Her name was Florence Meltzer. She married a guy, Abe Meltzer. He was an old-time Jewish gangster. And this guy was into the lumber yards. He owned all lumber yards all over the place. And Abe passed away. But they owned Kings Point in Great Neck. I mean, you're talking about a lot of fucking territory there. There's a big area. So I go to see Florence. Hey, Florence, what are you doing? Good. She goes, Anthony, what's going on? You're home? You're fresh? Yeah. I said, but you know what? I said, I left the car service because I have to get another job. I said, well, this guy was coming to the fucking car service like 3-4 times a week. I mean, and he made everybody know he's the parole. I was losing business. She goes, you know what you do? She goes, come to work for me. I said, Florence, what am I going to fucking do with you? She goes, don't worry about it. You come here, you stay at the house. Tell them you're my driver and you're my bodyguard. What are they going to say? They could check out with us. Now, she had a brother named Herb Seaman, which they called him Maya. He owned 1/3 of the North Shore Towers in Long Island. Herb said, Anthony, you can come over here and you can work. I looked at the North Shore Towers and I looked at Florence's house. Swimming pool. The backyard was Long Island Sound. You had a boat. I had my own room with shower and bathtub and everything in it. I mean, 18 rooms in the house, a fucking elevator in the house, a fucking elevator that when you went into the elevator, you either went to the basement, the ground floor, you went upstairs to the bedrooms. She had, I think, something like 12 bedrooms. The big backyard, 2 kids. I said, you know what? I says, Maya, and I'll stay here at your sister's house. Now, Herb Seaman, we called him Maya. So this way,
Oh yeah, I'll stay there too,
change.
man.
Wait, let me get this out. This way, certain people don't change my fucking words around. Herb Seaman, they called him Maya. Not Maya Lansky now. We're talking about Maya Lansky's cousin. Herb Seaman, they called him Maya also. And he was Florence Meltzer's brother. So now I'm staying with Florence Meltzer, and I'm there every day. She gave me the Mercedes. Hey, Anthony, take the Mercedes. And we used to go to a place in Long Island. It was, what the hell? I forgot. I'm trying to think of the restaurant's name. I can't remember. It was in town at Great Neck. It'll come to me. Anyway, so she says, what are you doing? She said, take a ride. So I used to drive it here and there every now and then. But then guys used to come up to Long Island if they wanted to see me. They used to come to the house and then Florence was right. She said, don't worry about it. She goes, it's fine, perfectly fine. So people would come up and talk to me. We would discuss whatever we had to discuss. It was fucking great. So one day I hear on the radio that somebody escaped from the jail or whatever that was in Long Island. That they were being held and the guy murdered somebody. So now I'm up all night long. I'm up and I'm sitting there with a fucking butcher knife in my hand. Said, motherfucker comes again, I'm gonna fucking kill him. She goes, what's the matter, Anthony? She goes, Florence, you know, I'm here. You're here. I want to make sure everything's right. But this guy escaped. He killed somebody. Guy comes here. I said, all I got is the butcher knife from here. So I'll fucking take him out. She goes, don't worry about it. Next day, Herb comes to see me, her brother. He hands Florence a box. Florence gives it to me. I said, what's this? She goes, open it up. Nice wooden mahogany box with gold label on it. I open it up. There's a fucking Petro 380 Beretta, model number 84, with 2 clips and a box of fucking hollow point bullets. And a holster. I said, what the fuck? She goes, that's for you. I said, Florence, I appreciate yours. We'll keep it in the house. Somebody breaks in. She goes, you know what? You shoot him. She goes, but you know what? You give me the gun. I'll say I shot them. I said, Florence is a tough fucking broad. Let me tell you, man. Tough broad.
I'd be like, that's a deal. Fuck it.
Yeah, I said, yeah, no problem. Meanwhile, she's giving me a check every fucking week. At that time, she was giving me $500 a week. Plus, she gave me the credit card for all expenses. Go out to eat food, clothing, gas in the car, anything. This was her way of welcoming me home. I was there for months. I was there. So what happens? I think it was the mayor of the town comes down, and her lawyer comes down, and then some fucking big politician comes in. And she goes, come here, I want to introduce you to these people. And I said, hello, okay. And the guy says, I got to give you something. And he's right. I'm watching. He goes, here. He goes, take this. The politician gave it to me. I look at it. It was a card from him to give me the privileges, and it was on a cabbie's permit. They gave me a fucking cabbie's permit, a temporary cabbie's permit. I said, I'm on fucking parole.
A what?
The guy said to me, I'm on parole. And
yeah, but he gave you a what?
Temporary cabbie's permit. What?
What did he give you?
A temporary carrier's permit to carry the fucking gun.
What?
Swear to God. No fucking lie. Swear to God. But I can only carry it in Long Island. Only in Long Island, where I was.
That's crazy, man.
Huh?
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I don't know, man.
Let me just tell you, listen to me. Let me just tell you something. Before I finish the story with her, I want to tell you how much pull this woman had. Her son, Irving, was working out, and he took a heart attack. And they brought him to the hospital. Now, the 2 heart specialists that she had, one guy was in England, one guy was in France. Okay? She turned around and hired the Concorde, the whole fucking jet, one to go to England, one to go to France to bring these 2 doctors back to save her son. That's the type of money we're talking about. Crazy, crazy fucking money. You're talking about back then, she had to be worried, a rough estimate, 800-900 million, easily. Easily, I'm telling you. Because her husband was an old-time gangster. They were all big into stocks and with the lumber and everything. I had this fucking permit. We used to go, I'll tell you, I used to carry the fucking thing on me and carry the card. But only in Long Island. If I was out of Long Island, I'd be in big fucking trouble. Only in Long Island this was.
I wouldn't trust that shit, man.
I didn't give a
fuck. I wouldn't trust that.
Hey, I didn't get no fucking. I mean, I had it on me when I was there, so I didn't get no trouble because I never got stopped. That guy never got stopped or anything, but I never had no problem with it. But that restaurant was called the Squire's Restaurant in Great Neck. The food in there was terrific, unbelievable. Anyway, Florence had 2 people working for her rather. This guy Danny and his wife Amelia. And they were like getting fucking nasty. They wanted more money. One thing led to another. So Florence fired them and they threatened her. And then I stepped in. All right. So Florence said, no, don't hurt them, but make a deal. She made a deal, Florence, to pay each one of them $50,000 as severance pay, and off they go. That's okay. Now, the guy Danny The guy who worked for Florence. He was a cocksucker. So what happened the morning that this was supposed to all go down in the lawyer's office? I drove her to what you call it, to the lawyer's office, and she told, and there were some papers that she forgot at the house. So I said, all right, I'll go back and get them. Now Danny's wife was there. Amelia was there. I go into the house and I hear somebody in the house. Now the girl that she had that worked for her, Edna, the cook, wasn't in the house because that was her day off. I go up to Florence's bedroom. I see this motherfucker Danny trying to open up the safe in her bedroom. Well, I dropped this guy. I beat this motherfucker. I beat this cocksucker until he wasn't fucking breathing. You're trying to rob her. Now, I mean, I beat this motherfucker. Unbelievable what I did to this guy. So now, I turn around, I get the papers. I drag this guy outside. I drag him outside the house. I lock up the house. I left him on the fucking driveway. I drive back. I go to the lawyer's office. She goes, what's the matter? I said, listen, I said, let me talk to you outside. We gave the papers to the wife. I says, I caught Danny in the house. She goes, what? I caught him in the house, this, that, whatever. She says, wait. I said, I left him on the driveway. I said, I beat this motherfucker with an inch of his fucking life. She goes, all right, don't say nothing. I said, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm telling you because I'm working for you. P.S. Danny's wife got the $50,000. Now, Danny doesn't show up. Okay, doesn't show up. We waited 2 hours. He doesn't show up. So the wife said, oh, give me his check for $50,000. The lawyer said, no. He's got to come and get the check himself for $50,000. So everything's done. I said, Florence, come on, we're going to go back home. We're driving back home. I said, listen. I said, you're going to see Danny laying on the fucking on the driveway. She goes, yeah, no problem with that. She goes, if we see him, she said, we'll just call an ambulance and say, hey, look, somebody beat him up or whatever, or you caught him in the house and I'll be your witness. It's okay. Now, the funny part is, when we got back to the house and up the driveway, Danny wasn't there. Now I'm looking, I'm saying, where could this fucking guy be? I mean, by the time I broke his fucking leg. I mean, I know I definitely broke one of his knees. That I know for sure because I lifted his knee up and put it on the rail and I kicked down on it with my foot and I heard that thing fucking snap. There's no fucking way he was driving. I beat this motherfucker. I mean, I had to clean up the blood in the house. We don't know where this guy was. Now, 2-3 days go by, Danny no show. Now his wife is calling the cops. Cops come to the house. Hey, Florence, how you doing? Good, Ed. How you doing? This what happened? He says, what happened? He goes, where's Danny? I don't know. So Florence, I don't know. She goes, we went to court. The wife was there. Everything was going on. She got her money. She says, Danny never showed up. He says, well, where is he? I said, I don't know. I haven't seen the guy. I said, I seen him the night before. I didn't tell him that what happened, that I kicked the shit out of him that fucking day. I busted him up. To this day, he never showed up, the guy. Don't know where he is. They actually came to Florence's house.
It was probably the wrong guy, man.
No, it was Danny. I knew the fucking guy. I knew the guy. Come on, he was at the house working. What wrong guy? It was Danny. Trust me.
Yeah.
They came to the house. They actually broke up the floor of the garage because they thought that somebody killed him and buried him in the garage. And they had to pay to fix it up. They were going over all her land. She had like about 20 acres. They were going over her land with these the cadaver dogs and these things to see if there's anything under the ground. Nobody knows what happened to this fucking guy. I don't even know what happened to this guy. But he never got the $50,000, I can tell you that. His wife started making a stink. She wanted this $50,000. No, the deal was to give it to your husband. Where is he? Who the fuck knows? I got nothing to do with this. To this day, and I have to tell you, honestly, I don't know whatever happened to this fucking guy. They never found him. That's one thing I do know. They never found his body because they were as Florence would have told me at the time. And Florence only passed away in 2005. Yeah, 2005 she passed away. And she was like 95 when she passed away. So I said, who the fuck knows what happened to this guy, Danny? Ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't give a fuck. But they were looking at me because whatever the reason was, the detectives were looking at me because they think I'd done something to the guy. I said, I didn't see the guy. I seen him the night before. I didn't see him that day at all, I told him. I wasn't going to tell them what happened, but statute of limitations ran out now. So I could say I beat the shit out of the guy and I broke his leg. You know what I'm saying? Because that was years ago. But whatever happened to him, I haven't the foggiest idea what happened with this guy.
Yeah,
But you look her up, Lawrence
I don't know nothing, man.
No, it's the truth. There's no bullshit with that. It's the truth with that. And when I got released from parole, finally, I got released. I was working with Florence. I got released finally, and I came back to Brooklyn and started my shit up again. I started my stuff up again as usual. But let me tell you, I had wild times, man. I had fucking wild times. I definitely had wild
you did,
fucking
man.
times. You know, look, years ago it was a lot different than it is now. Years ago, you went out, you had a good time, you enjoyed, you got loaded, you're out 2 or 3 days. And these are all wise guys out 2 and 3 days. You know what I'm saying? We used to drink, everybody, at that time, everybody was drinking Cuddy Sock in the pony places, we used to call it. All these new kids would say, oh, they never heard of me, they don't know me. Well, they're new kids. I'm 20 years older than most of them, and I walked away, and plus I walked away a long time ago. They're not going to know me or hear about me or whatever it is. You want your name in the papers all the time? That's your fucking business. I try to keep my name out as much as I could.
They know you now. I'm sure they know you now.
And they can talk about me all they want. It doesn't bother me, Staxx. Listen what I'm telling you. It don't bother me one way or the other. I didn't know them then. I don't know them now, and I don't care to know them.
People talk shit about me every day. I don't care, man. It's all good. People,
listen. People do that because
I really don't care.
Nothing better to do. They want to get their 15 minutes or 5 minutes of fame.
How well did you know Alley Boy Persico?
Big Alley? I know Big Alley very well. I know him very fucking well. I used to go to his house on 11th Avenue. I went to his house. And everybody could say whatever the fuck they want. Alley was in the Diplomat Monday to Sunday. Sometimes if he went upstate, like Friday night, he didn't come back until Monday. But he was there. Jerry Lang was there. My cousin Mac was there. I was there. You had Scappy would come down from Fifth Avenue. Little Vincent was there. Because on Sunday mornings, me and my cousin used to go to Connecticut. We had a line going, a bookmaking line going to Connecticut. We used to go there every Sunday morning, pick up the money and pick up the receipts and come down. And at that time, we didn't, we had like these fucking shit-ass cars. Jerry Lang used to give me his Lincoln Continental, a big-ass blue Lincoln Continental, and I used to drive it up there and come back. And Jerry would be over there. But we would leave the Diplomat maybe on a Sunday. Everybody would leave by maybe 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And on Saturdays, they would leave about maybe the same time, maybe like 3 or 4 o'clock, or maybe, like in between there, depending on how many people came down. Because guys who wanted to come down and talk came to the Diplomat all the time. So these guys could say whatever the fuck they want. They weren't there.
Thank you, Kill the Irishman.
What?
Do you know who killed Wild Bill?
Only what I read in the paper. Only what I read in the paper about Wild Bill. Only what I read in the paper. That's the only thing I know about what the paper said. Otherwise, I had nothing to do with me. Do I think
when's your next book coming out?
Hopefully, it'll be between March and June of next year.
Because I mean, a lot of people talk shit, but there's a lot of people that want to read your the next book.
Yeah, it'll be out, like I said, between March and June of next year. And there's my podcast is out now, The Enforcer.
Yeah, make sure you guys go check out his podcast, The Enforcer. And I want half of that book, the book money.
Oh, okay. You want to shake me down for the other book like that other guy?
Don't forget my half. I want my half in the envelope every week.
But I tell you, my lawyer, like I said, is gonna, whatchamacallit, she's gonna get in touch with this group. And if this kid Vincenzo is with this group, my lawyer is gonna demand first that they fire him. And then she's gonna bring a suit against them for terroristic tactics, using terroristic tactics to try to to try to scare me and my family into writing something that's not true. All right. Now, if the kid has nothing to do with them, then he's on his own and he's got a problem. But I'm going to tell you now, this kid, I can guarantee this leads back to that other guy that I've been having a feud with, which I'm not going to mention his name.
Who knows, man?
It's a feud going back with him, and he's the one who was putting everything up about me with all this. And he didn't even do half of his fucking homework.
I don't think it's right for people to be coming to your house and that's crossing the line, man. They need to cut that shit out.
Yeah, I know.
It really is.
I know. It is crossing the line. But you fucking take pictures of the house? I mean, come on. You're wrong. My bedroom window and then my kitchen window, he did a close-up. So either he had a drone that went up to the kitchen window, or it was like a long range, I guess, whatever it is, lens or whatever that he used. That's wrong. You got a problem with me, you come to me. You don't bother my family or where we live. And they gave out my address. They got my social security number. But let me tell you something. I find out they had anybody in law enforcement do this without a warrant or anything, they're in a lot of trouble. Whether it's guys in law enforcement now or whether he's ex-law enforcement, he's in a lot of trouble because what they did is illegal. And let me tell you, and if I get their addresses, I'm going to put their addresses all out on the internet.
I want to do that, man. Don't do that.
No.
But anyway, man.
They did it to me and my family. They did
it
to me and my family.
I wouldn't go that far. But anyway, I'm going to go and make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And tomorrow, I'm going to have Michael McCullum on, so make sure you stay tuned for that. The ex-enforcer for the Hells Angels. And I got a lot of things coming, man. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Till next time, man. You're going to be back soon, right? For the people, Anthony?
Definitely. I'm going to be busy for a couple of days, but definitely probably Wednesday or Thursday night we can do something. Because I'm going to be busy from tomorrow until Wednesday. I'm going to be